We're looking at 1527 and the fate of the entire Indian subcontinent. And it wasn't decided by, you know, brilliant long-term strategy.
No, not at all. It actually came down to a few heavy iron chains and, well, one remarkably unlucky piece of wood.
Right, exactly. We're unpacking the dramatic turning point of the Battle of Khanwa. So for you listening, picture this massive clash of titans. You have Rana Sanga leading this huge Rajput confederacy against his opponent, Babur.
And since the Rajputs know they have this massive numerical advantage, they don't just wait around. They launch an overwhelming offensive right away.
Like, just trying to crush Babur's forces before complex tactics can even start.
Yeah, exactly. Sanga's cavalry charges with this legendary fury, and initially, it actually works.
Oh, wow, really? They push them back?
Yeah, they are incredibly effective early in the fight. They physically push back Babur's Mughal flanks. It's a terrifying display of force.
But Babur doesn't just fold, right? Because he deploys this highly unconventional counter tactic that we really need to talk about.
Right, so he takes his heavy cannons and places them behind these defensive wooden barricades. But the crucial part is he tightly chains the artillery carts together.
Across his entire line.
Across the line, yes.
So this isn't just about maximizing firepower. It's like turning an open field into a fortified castle wall on the fly.
That's a great way to put it.
The cannons are like the archers, and the chains act like the mortar holding the bricks together.
Right.
So they can't break through.
Exactly the right way to visualize it. Babur didn't just want, a wall of fire. He needed a physical net.
To stop the cavalry charge.
Right. By chaining the carts, he ensured that even if a Rajput horseman actually survived the cannon blast.
Which is a big if.
Which is a huge if, yeah. But if they did, they couldn't physically squeeze through the gaps between the carts to break the Mughal ranks.
Man, that is brutal. But, even a barricade of chained artillery can't hold off a mathematically superior force forever. Babur's line is holding, but he desperately needs something to break their momentum.
And he gets exactly that. Though, not by design at all.
It's just sheer luck.
Pure unpredictable chaos of the battlefield. A single stray arrow flies through the air and strikes Rana Sanga directly in the eye.
His remaining eye, we should note, which is just incredibly unlucky.
Yes, his one good eye. And he is knocked completely unconscious immediately.
Wait, so I struggle to understand how an army that massive just evaporates, though.
Yeah.
Even if Sanga goes down, surely he has generals right there to take command.
You would think so, yeah.
It seems structurally absurd to me that tens of thousands of men just quit because one guy takes a hit.
Well, if this were a modern military with a rigid chain of command, you'd be absolutely right.
But it wasn't.
No. A Rajput confederacy at this time was built entirely on personal allegiance. It wasn't a unified national army like we think of today.
So it was more of a fragile political coalition.
Exactly. And it was held together almost entirely by Sanga's personal charisma and his military legend. So when the men saw him fall, the political glue just dissolved.
So the structure just disintegrated right there on the battlefield.
Completely. Panic ripped through the ranks because the central pillar collapsed.
Yeah.
It was this immediate contagious psychological collapse.
Wow.
It was so severe that trusted allies within the Confederacy actually switched sides. They defected to Babur mid-battle.
Mid-battle? That's insane. What happened to Sanga?
Well, his generals did rush in and managed to carry his unconscious body to safety, so they saved his life, but the battle itself was permanently lost.
Wow. So for you listening, the ultimate takeaway here is how this massive historical pivot was decided by this wild combination of devastating, innovative artillery tactics and a single tragically placed arrow.
Yeah, it really is the wild intersection of cutting-edge military engineering and sheer uncontrollable chance.
It really is. And I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder today before we go.
Let's hear it.
Imagine if that stray arrow had missed. If Rana Sanga hadn't fallen and his confederacy hadn't panicked, the Mughal Empire as we know it might have been completely erased before it truly began.
That changes everything.
Right. Think about that. No Taj Mahal. Centuries of distinct art, architecture, and administration just wiped from history, replaced instead by a dominant, unified Rajput empire ruling from Agra. The world you know today hinged on the exact trajectory of one piece of wood.